Hello, my name is Shannon. I am doing this for early language and literacy class 216. Today I am going to be reading Little Red Riding Hood. I have the Grimm brothers, unfortunately, so I will, change a little bit around for the children. I'm not going to make it gruesome. I have with me here a box of props, stuffed animals. Ta-da. The reason I'm reading the Grimm Brothers' Little Red Riding Hood, it's still the same story, but I just couldn't get my hands on the other story with our facility being shut down. So hopefully that can be rectified soon. Alright. So again, I'm filming from home. If you see any animals in the film, I'm sorry. It happens. They like to get their attention too. Alright. Hi class, today we're going to be reading Little Red Riding Hood. Now, this story has to do with not talking to strangers. Does anybody know what a stranger is? Can anybody tell me what a stranger is? Right, a stranger is somebody whom we do not know. Are we supposed to talk to the strangers? I don't think it'd be safe to talk to strangers, but we'll find out. This story is about a little girl who talked to a stranger, and things just kind of went from there. So, alright. Okay. There was once a sweet little girl, or maid, such beloved by everybody, but most of all by her grandmother. So we will use see, this is Little Red Riding Hood. People called her Little Red Riding Hood because she wore nothing else other than her hood. One day, her mother came to her and said, Little Red Riding Hood, here, take some cakes and some juice to your grandmother who is not feeling very well. Pages are sticking. So Little Red Riding Hood said, okay, Mama, I'll take the basket of goodies to Grandma's house. Be good and don't talk to strangers on your way. Okay, Mama, love you. Love you too. Be safe. So Little Red Riding Hood goes up and down the forest trail. La 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 la. And along comes somebody who she never saw. A big bad wolf. And I know he's adorable, but appearances can be fooling. And the big bad wolf said, excuse me, little girl. Where are you going? To my grandmother's house. To your grandmother's house? That's really interesting. How far away does she live? Not that far. What do you have in this basket? I have some goodies for my grandma. And the wolf said, you know what would be going great with that basket of goodies for your grandmother? What? Some pretty wildflowers just off the path over there. And Little Red Riding Hood saw the pretty flowers. Ooh, pretty. And off the path she went to collect them. Meanwhile, the big bad wolf went to Grandmother's house. He knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. And Grandma answered. Hello? I brought you some... She didn't answer the door, she did, sorry. I brought you some cake and goodies, Grandma, said the wolf, pretending to be Little Red Riding Hood. I'm too feeble to get up. Just come open the door yourself. So, the wolf opened the door. Also, excuse me, the picture. And at this time, you know, I would ask the kids, okay, well, what do you see in the picture? We see a wolf. We see Little Red talking to the wolf. And what did Little Red's mom say? Don't talk to strangers. And Little Red was supposed to stay on the path, but she went to pick, you know, she's over there picking wild berries or wildflowers. Yeah. So the wolf lifted the latch and came on in the door. He said, "Hi, Grandma." And Grandma was like, "Oh, you're not Red." But he's like, "Listen, old lady, come with me. You're going to the closet." And he stuck her. How am I gonna? He stuck her into the closet. It's closet. And after he stuck her in the closet, he put on her clothes. And I'm just gonna have to hold him and got into her bed. I don't have very much room here. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, holding the wolf. Meanwhile, here comes Little Red Riding Hood. Do, knocks on Grandma's door. Knock, knock, knock. Grandma says, "Who is it?" And the wolf, or Little Red Riding Hood says, "Grandma, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I brought you some goodies." And the wolf goes, "Oh, honey, just lift the latch. I'm too old to get up. Grandma's sick." So Little Red Riding Hood comes in. And she says, "Hi, Grandma, it's me." And Grandma says, "Oh, it's so dark in here. Come closer to the bed." Waving the, okay. So Little Red comes closer to the bed. And he's like, excuse me. "Oh, I still can't see. Come closer still." So Little Red comes closer still. And she says, "My Grandma, I know you're sick, but what big ears you have. Oh, the better to hear you with, my dearie." And she says, "My Grandma, it really is dark. Do you want me to open some curtains?" No, it hurts my eyes." And she goes, "Well, I can see why, Grandma. You have really big eyes, how big your eyes are." The wolf goes, "Oh, the better to see you with, dearie." And then she goes, "Wow, Grandma, you got some breath going on there. You might want to brush your teeth, those big old teeth." And he goes, "Oh, the better to eat you with, my dear." Because, you know, at that point, he's very angry. And he leaps out of bed. Well, just then, the local woodworker guy, the carpenter, that's his name. Sorry, the carpenter. My book's not saying on the page. The carpenter hears all this commotion. And he comes rushing over. "Local carpenter at your service." And he sees the wolf about to attack Little Red. And he's like, "No you don't, wolf." And he grabs a hold of him and throws him out the window. And he asks if Little Red is okay. She goes, "Yes, but where's Grandma?" Just then they hear, and I'm sorry because the dogs might bark, they hear a knocking noise coming from the closet. It was just me. Calm down. They're like, "Who is that? Who is that?" And they hear, "I'm in the closet." And Little Red's like, "Oh, that's Grandma." So they rush over. They open the closet door and get Grandma out. And they live happily ever after. The end. So, in summary, and of course, you know, also, I forgot this picture again. Sorry, this is the picture I'd show them. And I say, okay, so what do we see here? We see Little Red leaning over the bed asking the wolf, or asking Grandma, "My Grandma, what big ears you have, the better to hear you with, my dear. My Grandma, what big nose you have, the better to smell you with, my dear. My Grandma, what big teeth, or big eyes you have, the better to see you with, my dear. And my Grandma, what big teeth do you have?" And then I would ask, what do you think's going to happen? Well, you know, does Grandma really have big teeth? Does she, you know, is that really Grandma? So, yeah. So that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye.